Back, guys, to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga review, another chapter of Sachi-iro no One Room. Sorry, Sachi-iro no One Room. Let's kind of get that hang of that name. Sachi-iro no One Room is the first one. If you haven't heard, first manga that I'm doing chapter by chapter. I am now in the third chapter, and man, this story is intense. If you haven't seen my first two chapter reviews, then you should. But here's a little recap. Essentially, you have this girl who was kidnapped by a guy, and she essentially is okay, and she likes him, and she wants to stay with him. She doesn't want to go back. She's not forced to be there. There's a wall of pictures. I mean, there's just abusement going on. Third chapter, you kind of find out a little bit more. It gets pretty intense. There's two characters that are kind of introduced, not really mentioned who they are. First character that is mentioned is her father. There's a conversation the kidnapper and Sachi has about fear. He's bathing her head, and he notices all these scars, and you know, he gets a razor. She turns around, looks at the razor, and she just smiles. And he's like, what the heck? Why is she smiling? So she says, you're not afraid that I might cut you? And she says, no, I've forgotten what fear is, essentially. And she kind of explains that her dad hit her with a vase, and that blood just came out, and after that, it just seemed like every day she would bleed. And she just kind of forgot what fear was, and just learned to go with it, go with the flow. Then she goes on and explains that she was not just abused at home, but abused also at school. She was bullied at school, so a lot of the other kids just learned to ignore it. No one did nothing about it. She eventually dropped out of school because she had so many bruises, her legs, her arms. If you see, if when you're reading it and you see her body, I mean, her body just has scars everywhere. And in fact, the kidnapper says, he's thinking in his own head, he's like, I can't count how many wounds this girl has. And in one part, you just kind of sympathize with him, saying, man, this guy is a good guy. He's caring for her. But then you remember, man, he kidnapped her. So I am wondering if there's going to be a twist to this, if he's going to end up being like a relative, or he's going to end up, you know, actually really falling in love with her, or what. But the other character that I mentioned that was kind of mentioned and shown, he was actually shown, is this one guy that seemed to be like a father figure. I'm not clearly sure if he's his actual father of the kidnapper. And he has this kind of flashback, and he's kind of thinking about what a human wants, and that's contact. And he starts realizing that even though she's there because she wants to be with him, he is feeling more that he needs her, he needs Sachi in his life, because people need other people in life. That's just the truth. So he's realizing this in this chapter, and that's really how the chapter ends. So really intense. This one really got into more detail of what the abuse is going on, as well as seeing the human side of the kidnapper. Now, do I agree that the kidnapper and the kidnappee should fall in love? No, but if they do, I mean, you kind of feel bad for both of them. It almost seemed like the kidnapper was a homeless dude. Not 100% sure if he is, but that's what it made it seem like. So, as of right now, am I going to move the rating of 7 out of 10? I am going to move it up to 7.5 out of 10. I don't want to move it yet to 8 because I feel that it could take a wrong turn and either get too boring or just lose interest. as of right now, 7.5. I didn't raise it in the previous video just because I knew it was a filler. The chapter 2, chapter 3 is not really a filler. I mean, to some people it could be, but the growth of each character is shown a lot more in chapter 3 than chapter 2. So 7.5 out of 10 is right now what I give it. I can't believe I had never heard about this series. You would think for it being so unique, for it to be talked about more, but as of right now, I haven't really heard from other people that is reading this manga. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and then you can comment and share and like and do all other fun stuff. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the most important part, guys. Thank you so much for all your support, for those who support me. And guys, like always, don't be strangers.